Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Play Umineko When They Cry. This is actually the second attempt at this recording because I fucked something up. I had to restart everything. But before we continue, I just wanna go here, and so we have new information. There's Uchiromiya Angie. Even after throwing herself off of the top of the skyscraper, she miraculously survived unharmed. After the mysterious experience, she threw away everything and went on a journey by herself to learn of her past. Kanchi, who is positioned in the future 12 years after the breakthrough Beatrice's magic. And then we have Eva, who is dead. After being repeatedly hospitalized from psychogenetic stress, she is already dead in the world of 1998 due to the acute heart failure. She lived her later years isolated with no one to understand her, and the only survivor, Rogenjima. The media gave her the name Queen of Suspicion. She continued to make reckless expansions of management like Kinzo had done in the past, creating many enemies. In her later years, as though she enjoyed it, she no longer continued for economic reasons, but did it simply to harass. And that was all for the sake of Angie, who would eventually succeed her. So, we have the world of Rogenjima. You know, you have all these characters. You know, world of Rogenjima, that's nice. Then you have the meta world, where you have the witches, and all this fucking bullshit, which fucking Maria's right in the middle of, I might add. And then you have the future, because fuck you, we have 3 timelines! Whatever, fuck, man. Like, I feel like we're gonna have, like, 3 fucking different worlds to go through. I've heard from people that Chapter 4 is, like, the second best of the original 4 arcs, just behind Chapter 3, and I'll admit, Chapter 3 is probably the best. But still, let me just drink my drink. It's all useless. Everything about this is useless. The question... Okay, so here's the big question. At the end of Chapter 3, it is revealed in red from Beatrice that Dr. Nanjo died without anyone around. And the only way to get out of that was for Beatrice to use red to strike down Beatrice. So here's the thing: because she had Butler cover his ears, it's very possible that she bullshitted the entire thing, right? Because 2 reds cannot contradict each other. If I say in red witches exist, and someone says in red witches don't exist, there's a paradox. You can't do that. So what I think happened is that she bullshitted Butler. She said whatever the fuck she wanted to, and left it at that. That's basically what happened. Now, here's the other thing. If we believe that, then it means that Eva shouldn't have been killing people, right? But we know for a fact, due to the ending of Chapter 3, that Butler's corpse was found, and it's outright stated that he was killed by Uchiromiya Eva by a Winchester. Now, there's another thing to point out. whenever people died in Chapter 3, a lot of the times, it stated that they were killed by a gun-like object. A gun or spear-like object. Which Eva also has a gun. It also explains why she was able to get close to Rosa and Maria and kill them. So a lot of this can all be explained when Eva is the culprit. But here's the thing. It, not only was it stated in red, but we know for a fact that Eva was nowhere near Nanjo. Because Bottler followed Eva, she has an alibi for that. Jessica couldn't have possibly killed Dr. Nanjo, and it was stated in red that Dr. Nanjo did not commit suicide. It was indeed a homicide. So, we've hit a brick wall. It's one of those things where we have to try and think of a way out of, because there's no way to get past it. Dr. Nanjo's death is probably the biggest thing that is preventing us from outright stating that Eva was the culprit. Even though she did kill Bottler in a very creepy, demonic, might I add, way, it still doesn't change the fact that we can't outright prove that she's the bad guy because of Dr. Nanjo's corpse. So the question is why? Why would you do that? The new rule about giving the inheritance solve the epitaph was probably nothing more than a farce to steal the position from the next head cross. Bullshit. Fucking bullshit. The fucking epitaph is the most important thing in all of fucking Umineko. Like, it outlines all the murders that's going to happen. It's the biggest mystery that we got blue-balled last time. That's right. And, like, and here's the thing. I think, and I know I'm contradicting myself when I just talked about the fact that there can't be two truths, that Beatrice was lying the whole time, and Dr. Nanjo. I think that Eva killed everyone. I outright think it. She killed Bottler. She has the means to kill everyone with a gun, and she has the trust of everyone to get close to them. The whole accomplice thing beforehand, that could have worked too. There's no way. No, Kinzo was dead by that point. I know they don't know that, but we know that. We know that Kinzo was dead by the time they actually started to give a shit about the epitaph. They didn't think that they were dead. They thought they were all playing. It was just a nice little game. Fun times. No. 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 It wasn't. It indeed was not. It was a bunch of sad times for everyone. By the way, I don't know this guy's name still, and he's been here for like, what, fucking 13 minutes? From the last episode and this episode combined? Hold on, I just fucking noticed that one of the windows is a diamond. At first, I noticed it because it looked like it was, like, sideways. Like, how would that fucking work? But still, when you think about it, all Kinzo would have to do is say, "You're not the head, she's the head," and then that would be it. There's nothing he could do about it. It's some kind of trick. That sounds like Bottler. But when you think about that, hold on, there's also something else we have to think of. And that's Hideyoshi and George. Why the fuck would she murder not only her husband, but her own son? Yeah, even they're bringing it in. She loved her husband. She loved her son. She loved them so much that it's hard to think that she would do something like that. Hell, it was outright stated that there's a possibility that Hideyoshi was an accomplice, and that they went there to kill them. I don't know why she would have killed Hideyoshi then. But even more so, like, okay, I can understand George if he found out and he said, "I'm gonna tell everyone your plans," that she would have been like, "Well, no, you're not," and then killed him. But Hideyoshi was a pseudo-accomplice. You know what I mean? Well, okay, if we bring this into thought, if she did it to cover her tracks, why George? I can stretch on Hideyoshi and say that, you know, she wanted all of the wealth to come to her. If it would have gone to her, the wealth would have gone to her, she would have been head of the family. He probably would have gotten some of that money too, because reasons. You know, marriage, you kind of share bank accounts or something. I don't fucking know. I'm fucking single, but, you know, she probably wanted all of it. But then, you know, you think, well, what about George? If she killed George because he found out, that's one thing. But she kind of fucked herself when she killed George. The only way for this to work, really, is for there to be witches. But I'm not going that route. I want to say that it was Eva who killed people. it's just, it's all useless, alright? Either it was Evatrice or it was Eva. Either way, it's hard to think who did it. Right, but why kill Hideyoshi? There were guns at the fucking mansion! What do you mean that there wasn't anything that you could use to kill it? You could fucking kill people with your bare hands! Granted, it would be very hard to kill everyone in the mansion with your bare hands. Especially for someone, like, her age. Especially when it comes to her brothers. Unless you fucking work out, biologically, men are slightly stronger than women. For biological survival reasons. Women are more agile. They live longer. Men are more, physically stronger to lift things. So with that in mind, to fucking hand strangle everyone, that'd be a really, really hard thing to prove. So of course she used the gun. So why didn't the police find anything with the gun? Half the fucking murders say that they were killed by a gun-like object! I don't fucking know. Okay, now okay. This guy, I've looked at him for a while. He reminds me of the leader of the Mountain Hounds. Because he has that, he not only has the same hair, the same face, I think maybe the same skin color, I'm not sure. But he also has that ponytail in the back. It's weird. The question is it Evatrice or Eva? That's the hardest thing to ask. Yeah, of course you don't believe her. You have a biasness against her. What the fuck does love have to do with anything? Oh, okay. Yeah, welcome to fucking politics. Hell, that is the biggest thing here in the US. Especially if you go on Facebook. Oh my gosh. It's a fucking war zone. And me, being fucking libertarian, stuck in the middle. Because of course I am. I think that's the first time I've actually mentioned what party I'm affiliated with. actually happens all the time. Anytime someone has ever been accused of a crime, like anything, if they go to jail, then you are right. If they don't go to jail, what do? Oh, I guess I was wrong. No, of course you don't say that. No, it was the justice system. Another criminal went free as I just knocked over my bottle of fucking water. That's nice. Oh boy. That's cool. Okay, it didn't spill too much. Not unless it's stated in red, you can't. Right? Yeah. Even if she proved without a reasonable doubt that she was innocent, she showed proof, like a fucking video of her, you know, the whole time throughout the entire mansion. People will say it was Doctor. People will say this, people will say that. That's what happens in life. You are either guilty or you are the one that got away. That's how things are in life. It's bullshit, but that's how things are. It needs to change, mind you. It really does need to change. Because quite honestly, that kind of thinking is really dangerous. Because you're blinded by your own fucking biasness. You already have the truth. What is it? Love? You have to turn the chessboard around. And with that, we're gonna end things off on this episode. So until then, guys, I'll see you guys then.